spinning. I saw photos over the weekend of the Yalu River, I guess in the north there of China, bordering North Korea, taken by a photographer. I even got a screenshot of it on my phone here. And it's big skyscrapers on one side, looks like Manhattan. And then on the other side, it's just grass and villages to show how deindustrialized that country is. Most people walk. Most of their highway crews carry their equipment. It's amazing. So in closing with Dr. Steve Pieczenic, before David Knight comes into the studio and takes over here in just a moment. Yeah, there's a similar photo to what I saw, even more striking. Before we go any further here, we're bringing up Jared Kushner. I don't want to make him the target, but so many times he himself admits he's a Democrat. The Democrats kind of celebrate him. And I'm told that's a distraction. It's really McMaster running wild inside the White House. But what were you going to say about Jared Kushner?
Well, I don't know Jared Kushner. I've seen the best of him. He comes out of a family that was involved in real estate. He's involved in real estate. His father was indicted and convicted. The problem is they have some major properties in Manhattan. One in particular, which I know very well, is 666 Fifth Avenue. Billions of dollars have been foreclosed upon on the Kurshner family, and they can't refinance that property. All it takes in the business of real estate, and believe me, I know this very well, is for one major property to go under for billions of dollars, and then it starts to be a domino effect. Kurshner is a highly vulnerable target for the Chinese, for the Russians, and any foreign individuals, because their family was doing private business with the Chinese. It's the Chinese who came in and told them, we'll take care of you. Now, he can resign if he wants. He can do whatever he wants. Nevertheless, from a counterintelligence point of view, Kushner and many of those civilians there are really prime targets for foreign governments in terms of manipulation and leveraging. And if I were Jared Kushner, I would leave the White House and do the best thing he could, just say to America, thank you very much, and go back to his real estate business. Otherwise, he becomes a liability. And that liability as a civilian, it doesn't matter whether it's a son-in-law or not, becomes a great liability.
By the way, let me stop you. Even the Hill newspaper is reporting on this. This is bombshell from just 8 days ago, but I know you have amazing sources. Is this from the news or from your sources? Because you're saying that they did penetrate him and that he should just step down now. You made a lot of statements like that about Hillary that came true, so you're not making this up. Are you getting this from the news or from your sources?
I don't even have to go to my sources. This is typical counterintelligence techniques. What I use is really just simple intelligence, counterintelligence thinking. This is not out-of-the-box thinking. This is not the kind of thing that we had with the psyops at Largo, where I thought really this was quite unusual. In this case, Kushner is a highly valuable target for the Chinese, for the Russians, for the Malaysians, for the Arabs, in the same way that many of the other civilians are in the Republican Party. They know it, I know it, the intelligence community knows that. So I don't need a source for that. It's just that if he were a good American, he doesn't have to serve our country in the military, which none of the neocons have. I don't care whether he's Democrat or Republican. I would resign if I were he. And I would say, look, thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. And put his efforts on 666 Fifth Avenue.
But to his credit, it is being reported that he didn't go along with it and they pulled out. Or is that just a cover story?
That's a cover story. In the business where your father's been convicted and been in jail and the prosecutor's your own partner, Christie, none of this washes.
So is Trump elevating him to actually protect him and cover him? Because this sounds like a very bad judgment by Trump, knowing this is all going on and including him in the White House.
Well, you once asked me, why did Trump keep his whole family there? And I simply said, as a psychiatrist or as an American, he needs it for security, his own sense of security. If that's the case, then he has to rethink again why he has his own family around him with so many conflicts of interest. I can't tell him what to do. I can simply say that it's time for him to focus on the infrastructure, stay away from the wars, decrease the size of our government.
Absolutely. Dr. Pieczenic, powerful. David Knight's coming in.